pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You're the vice chair.
No, I looked it up.
Oh, really?
I'll do it, but I thought I was too. She said,
Oh, well, I was about ready to say you're 4 minutes behind.
No, I had to look it up in the organization.
Okay. Before you is a set of minutes for the regular session of September 7th, 2022 for a motion.
I'll make that motion.
Second, vote.
Yeah.
Yes. Public comment period, anything from Brookside?
Nothing new to report.
Worthington Hills. Thank the police for patrolling around Saturday, which was the pre-cycle day, so appreciate their assistance. Other than that, I think we're good. Epcon Romanelli. Haven't heard any complaints other than the master meter thing that and Aubrey did call me.
Okay, good.
So she is checking to get contact with them.
Okay.
They do not have that program is not as described. That pilot project.
Oh, okay.
So more to come on that.
Okay.
Zoning. Anything?
Nothing.
Okay. Development director. I think is with us this evening.
I'm here.
Oh, Joe. How's your golf
Hello. Well, other than injuries and old age, it's great.
game? So what's new in the development?
Well, we're still waiting for the application. I believe has not been received yet for the project on Henderson Road. We're waiting on that. If we receive that, then I'll schedule a pre-conference with the board and go through that, and then we'll get that on the agenda. I haven't seen anything, Beth. I don't think anything's been submitted. I haven't heard. Is that correct?
Not yet, Joe. We'll let you know as soon as it comes
Okay.
out.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So outside of that, we've got the TIF. I think that maybe the timeline moved back a little bit on the introduction due to the initial notice period. So, and outside of that, there's really nothing to report. I can answer any questions anybody has.
Joe, you got time tomorrow? I need to chat with you offline about a project.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
The public hearing is on the 3rd of October for the TIF.
For the tip.
Yeah.
Okay. Super.
Okay.
Anybody have any questions of the development director? Thank you, Joe. Appreciate it.
All right. No problem. Thank you.
I was hoping to have a quote for a generator repair today. Last week they were here working on the oil cooler and found an issue with our fuel pump. The inside of the fuel pump, the springs are rusted. Probably due to our tank starting to rust on the inside. 2 years ago, we had it cleaned. He said that could have caused the fuel pump to start rusting on the inside. But I haven't received this repair quote today. He's having troubles getting parts.
So how old is this generator?
This is a mid-90s generator is what we are assuming.
And it's, I know you and I talked about it. We're under a maintenance.
We have a maintenance contract with Williams Detroit Diesel to do the repairs, do the yearly maintenance on it.
And to get parts or to get a generator, it's cheaper to go under the maintenance.
It's cheaper to go with them, and I'm not aware of another company in Columbus that works on the Spectrum diesel.
So for the board not to be shocked, what are we talking about? Repair versus?
Repair, I think right now with the oil cooler, we have, it's $4,200 is what we have into it. It'll probably be about that much more for the fuel pump. With the fuel pump, they'll have to replace the injectors. And I'm assuming it's gonna be between 3 and 4 on that.
And that would give us how long in terms of a life ballpark?
Well, with the current condition of our fuel tank, we could have 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. And have this same problem, but we still have a 95 generator.
I'd ask Donnie to go ahead and get a price estimate on a new one, just so y'all have it.
And what I've been told, and not to be quoted, right around 50 to replace what we have. I think moving forward with the facilities, we really need to look into replacing the generator at some point. I mean, it's depending on what route we go, it's gonna have to be moved. From where it's at, depending on which route.
You'll have quotes for us on the 3rd.
Yes. And that's all I have for tonight.
Fire and EMS, we got the Upper Arlington fire reports in the packet. Right. Any questions on that? If not, police department.
Chief is finishing up the last day of his vacation. Talked to him earlier today and he doesn't have anything for tonight's agenda. I would like to say though, he got one cost estimate to replace all of our security cameras. He's working on getting a second because it's not a statement. So as soon as, I believe the gentleman came out just before Steve's trip. And he just hasn't gotten the actual paperwork yet, so hopefully that will be on the next agenda.
Madam Administrator.
Okay, just to see how fast I can go. There's nothing more on the 161 Linworth at this time, unless you know something, John. The flu shot clinic, which will include a COVID booster if anyone chooses to have that, is this Friday. 10 to 2, you can just come in whenever. Everyone just needs to bring in that form to fill out that y'all were asked to fill out an insurance card if you're not full-time. And bring your COVID card if you're requesting a COVID shot. The Civilian Advisory Board meeting is going to be September 27th at 6:30 p.m. This is going to be organizational, and then Jim Huber's coming in to give them a rundown of the rules and procedures. So it's should be pretty short and sweet. We have the facilities meetings for the board scheduled for October 7th at 8 a.m. here at the township. Shredded event is coming up on October 22nd, Brookside 9 to 11, Arlington Hills 11:30 to 1:30. I did want to mention too, Luke is working on the next newsletter. So if I'm not sure how far he's got, and I looked over his shoulder the other day and looks like he's got a good start on it.
Yeah, it's pretty
So
far.
if there's anything anyone
We're scheduled,
suggestions on.
in our schedule to talk at 1, see the draft, and then try to get it to the board, because I know our commitment was to have the board have it, I believe, a week
Yeah,
to review
take a look.
and get comments back.
Under new business, I would ask for a motion to set Monday, October 31st as trick or treat night in the township from 6 to 8 p.m.
I'll make that motion to set it on the traditional October 31st day.
Second vote,
Yes.
In your packets.
Just point forward.
I guess you need to vote on that. Did you vote or did I just miss it?
Yes.
Okay, a couple purchase requests, proposals were in the Dropbox. One is to replace Office 365 from the licensing that we normally do have. It's gonna be pretty much a wash, just because we're not gonna be having server maintenance and this sort of thing. And this is just the first reading, so I'll have this back on the next agenda when Andy's here. And the second one is the sync tool, which is the cloud-based for all of our files. Let's see, it's October 31st or 30, sorry, October 3rd is the TIP public hearing. Also, the Worthington Assistant Superintendent from the school system will be here. They've requested time with the board. I'll bring everyone up to date on what's going on there. Then I got the first, our Burnham and Flowers gal over there. She asked if we want to go ahead and start the form fire yet, or if we wanted to know what just MMO's renewal was going to come up as a starting point. So I told her to go ahead and find out Med Mutual's renewal. And then y'all would just have to decide where you want to go from there. I don't know if I was thinking it probably wouldn't hurt to go ahead and just take a look at the consortiums and maybe another organization, just for comparison purposes, if nothing else. So, did anyone have any questions about that, or?
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. So you're right.
Is there any other broker, for lack of better words, out there that's traditionally been used by townships?
That's a really good question. Not that I know of. I've had a company reach out to me. And so I'm going to talk to them just to get a gist of it. It's not a company I've heard of before. So I thought, well, it can't hurt to have an initial conversation, see if they're in Central Ohio or whatever. But I could reach out to the OTA, some other townships to see what they use as well. Just again, for comparison
Are
purposes.
you looking just purely from a price perspective, or do you have service
I
concerns,
just,
or?
no, I mean, well, I think we ought to always, if we're looking at,
Agreed.
comparing providers, insurance carriers, I should say. I think we at the same time, it's kind of like our salary
Mhm.
issue.
Take a
We
look.
may as well go ahead and look to see what else is out there. There may not be anything out there, but who knows?
Well, I know
I
there's
haven't
at
heard
least,
of it.
I know there's at least one or two. It's just the last couple times that they reached out after the form fire was completed and they did all of their analysis. Both times they came back and said, you're good where you are. We can't help you out. But that doesn't mean that things haven't changed. So I'll look back to see
Okay.
who those folks were, and then I'll try and get some other suggestions from the townships.
I do think, though, that we have been treated well, and the quality of the relationship is good. That's why I was asking. From my perspective, it would seem that, but of course, cost is ultimate, but aside from that,
Mhm.
I think it's gone well, unless you have issues that maybe. I guess it hasn't gone well. Okay.
No, I mean, I don't want to take a personal perspective of it. I mean, I just
I
want
don't
to,
mean that. I just.
I want to make
mean-
sure, I mean, if from the township's perspective, they've done well, then that's the perspective that we should take.
Yeah.
So I do want to, while we have the opportunity, why not? Is there anybody out there in that universe? And if not, or if they can't provide anything else, then
Yeah.
we stay where we are.
Well, the nice thing is once everyone does form fire
Mhm.
and one organization is done getting their data,
Right,
you just give permission for the next one to do it. So
Right.
our employees aren't having to redo
we do it all.
everything each and
Yeah.
every time.
Okay.
And unless you have any questions, that's it for me.
Ms. Walser?
Request a motion for approval of payroll and disbursements.
I'll make that motion.
Second? Vote
Yes.
yes. Anything for the good cause?
Oh,
Okay. Look for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
Second, vote
Yes.
yes.
let it be